What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to, of course, be talking about with you guys. Some pretty interesting news that has kind of come out by Jake Fisher, which I wanted to go over. I don't know how long I'm going to be making this video, but honestly, it would be very short and simple, or could take an eternity to talk about this absolute disgrace of a rumor, which does suggest that the Philadelphia 76ers are extremely interested in trading for a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and would be willing to give up none other than Ben Simmons to make this happen. And first of all, I'm going to get this out of the way. I think most Philly fans know this. OKC fans definitely know this, but the Philadelphia 76ers are not trading Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for Ben Simmons. First of all, whoever you want to argue is better out of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Ben Simmons really doesn't matter to me at all, because I know who OKC thinks is better, and I know who Philadelphia think is better as well. Both parties think that SGA is better. Philly are just the type of team, though, to know that SGA is better. They just will at least still try and say, we want 8 first-round picks and SGA for Ben Simmons. They're just that franchise. Like, Sixers fans know this. A lot of Sixers fans hate it. It's just how it is. It's a written rule now in the NBA. The Philadelphia have to ask for an arm and leg for every single one of their players. I'm pretty sure if they were to trade Joel Embiid one day, it'd at least be up to 25 first-round picks. Tobias Harris is probably 11. Seth Curry's probably 44. There's a lot to kind of go on with if you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan, and reason being on why they don't exactly make too many trades and haven't traded Ben Simmons yet, or explored Tobias Harris trades in recent time, and even kind of let the whole Jimmy Butler situation slip out of their fingers. It's a big issue. I think Philadelphia need to be more active, especially with Simmons right now. It's a little bit of an issue. I wouldn't trade Tobias Harris. I actually really like Harris, but I don't think Harris likes being booed by the fans, which he actually got by the other day, which was crazy. I can't believe he got booed for just a simple error, really, which, hey, it wasn't that big of an issue. I don't know if he needed to be booed. But if we look at OKC, they're not going to give up SGA. Not just that, Josh Giddey and Ben Simmons are way too similar of a player. It's just that Josh Giddey at least has a jump shot. It's not consistent, but he has a jump shot. And again, both are Australian. Both are elite playmakers. Both are extremely tall. One is a very good defender. One has a lot of upside on the defensive end, though, in Josh Giddey. And again, the big thing is they're both extremely good playmakers. Both will probably tend to average around 14 points per game in their career, unless Giddey explodes with a 3-point jump shot and turns into LeBron James or something like that, or the next Luka. Who even knows how that's going to go. But hey, there wouldn't be a point of matching up Ben Simmons with Josh Giddey. I think there's only a couple things more the OKC team need to do. Of course, they need to get a whole new bench. Well, of course, keep developing these young guys, but eventually add some depth to it. Of course, bring in a starting center that's a good, interior defender. That's the other thing. And again, I guess draft a really nice young player. Those are the 3 really big things they need to do, and I think they'll be a contending team eventually. Of course, I'm not too sure who that center's going to be, but I'm sure they could try and go after a dude like DeAndre Ayton in free agency, who would be practically impossible to get. But hey, they've got 40 billion first-round picks, so if they offered Phoenix Suns 20 of them, who knows, something might eventually get down. Of course, there's a lot of things going on right now, but that's probably not going to be one of them. But hey, Ben Simmons, to Oklahoma City Thunder, it doesn't really make any sense, because they've already got Josh Giddey. I'm not exactly too sure what they're going to be rolling in the future, if they'll draft a wing player in free agency to partner up with Giddey and SGA, or will they continuously start Dort with these guys? Or maybe they'll go for a center in the draft, or maybe sign one rather, and then there's still the power forward option they maybe need to fill as well, unless Darius Bazley develops into a freak, or, Pokashevsky, or whatever the Pokemon name that guy has. It turns into the next Kevin Durant or something. we never know what's going to happen there. But yeah, OKC, I think a couple things will happen. They'll be alright eventually. It's just, it's going to take a long time, because the depth won't come in probably until like a year or two away, unless they sign a bunch of guys in free agency. But if you're a Sixers fan, you're literally praying that SGA goes there, because he would be the perfect player for them. They desperately need a shot creator. They have for a very, very long time. Not as much this year. I think this year they need more of a playmaker. SGA is an alright playmaker. He's probably above average, but he's not a guy that will average you 7 to 8 assists per season. I think with Joel Embiid on the team, you know, in the ISO plays he runs, same with Tobias Harris, he'd probably average you around 5 to 6 per game, which will do the job. I think that's pretty similar to what he averages on OKC. Again, whether he's the main ball handler or not, they might choose Tyrese Maxey if that was to happen. And then there's the other situation of like, well, he's an elite shot creator. He comes in, helps out Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, a great three-point shooter as well, can space out the floor really nice. He'd be absolutely perfect for the Philadelphia 76ers. But it ain't happening. It's just not happening. Unless they offered Ben Simmons and a bunch of first-round picks, which I know Philly will not want to do. I mean, they'll offer up Ben Simmons for SGA and a bunch of first-round picks, but they're not going to be giving anything up in return. Not just that, if I was them, I would maybe look at going and just trading him to the Trailblazers. I think if you could get like a dude like CJ McCollum and another quality guy and a first-round pick or two out of them, that would make a lot of sense. I think the Houston Rockets make a lot of sense too. If I was them, I wouldn't mind getting John Wall and a first-round pick or two out of them. I think that makes a lot of sense. They could even target Kevin Porter Jr., who has been in a lot of negative discussions recently. Rumors has it that the Houston Rockets are going to trade him, this and that. I might even make a separate video on that, you know, saying should they trade him and what teams maybe should be interested. Of course, they probably shouldn't. They should maybe be a little bit patient, but he's had a bunch of, like, mishaps in his career now where it's starting to become a little bit of a joke and starting to become scary that the reality is that this guy could be 24, an absolute beast, but not even in the NBA and might not even be in a league at all due to his issues. So, yeah, it's a tough one. But I'm sure, you know, the 76ers, they probably need another dominant shot creator because Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris are two really nice dominant shot creators. I just think there's always a time where one of them will go, you know, and have that bad game while the other one, you know, balls out. But then you need that other shot creator to help out. And Shake Milton struggled at times this year. You know, Seth Curry's had to be that extra guy. And I don't think Seth Curry should be that extra guy. I think he should be a really good catch and shooter, which I think if you want to have a contending team, that's what he needs to be. So again, just go out and get a shot creator. I don't know who that would be. A shot creator that can pass the ball, preferably. Ben Simmons nearly fit that criteria, except he just can't shoot. Like, he's got the passing the ball going on, but he's not even a shot creator. He just can't shoot the ball at all. John Wall kind of feels it. John Wall could come in and average you like 20 and 6 every night. And you can get a couple first round picks back. That would be pretty incredible stats, and I think would help out the team quite a bit. It's just going to be really interesting. But I guess my final statement on this video is this trade is most likely not happening. I know the 76ers will be interested in, you know, SGA all they want, but I severely don't think Oklahoma are going to be giving up SGA anytime soon, really, at all. And then there's the other situation of like, well, Philadelphia want, you know, SGA, 18 first round picks, probably Josh Giddey, and a bunch of, you know, probably cash considerations as well for Ben Simmons. Like, they want an arm and a leg. So it would practically be impossible for this trade to happen. Of course, if you haven't already, though, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the NBA for all the latest, you know, kind of news and content. You know, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on this trade down below. Do you guys think the Oklahoma City Thunder should explore a trade of SGA for Ben Simmons? Do you guys think the Philadelphia 76ers being interested in SGA makes a lot of sense? Of course, definitely let me know all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, my IRL/long channel. Check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. Links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.